Hello everybody, this is TheDragonLady and we are playing Vampire the Masquerade. I've played this game before, quite a few times, but it's one of my favorite games, so I thought it'd be perfect for my first video. Well then, let's start a new game. So as we begin, there's two options to make your character. Either you answer questions and have the game generate a character for you, or you can do it yourself. And I just want to make it myself. Of course, there's the option to be male or female. I prefer to be female in most games, but if the plot and the game is just really well, then it doesn't bother me as much. See, I want to play as a Malkavian today, but for your guys' benefit, I will sift through the different ones and give you a general gist. If you want to read about them, you're always free to pause the video and read it yourself. The Bruja clan is pretty much the nonconformists. They go more for unarmed. They're also very hot-blooded, so it's hard for them to hold their temper or hide their feelings. Sounds a lot like me, but I'm not that violent. At least I try not to be. The gangrel are closer to the beasts than all of the other clans. The werewolves don't hate them as much as the other vampire clans. They have a bonus, and the unarmed, like, it's best to play unarmed and have your brawl maxed out if you're playing gangrel, especially because they can turn into an animal, and those attributes still work even when you turn into your animalistic form. The Malkavs, they're the crazies because they can hear voices, and they can also make other people crazy too, which is my favorite part about these characters. Belly button looks weird. Okay, next are the Nosferatus. Their bloodline is meant to be ugly. I don't know why, but the dialogue options for the Nosferatu are pretty interesting. But you should try your best not to let normal humans see you, because they will freak out and you'll lose a point on the masquerade. Also, the city will be after you, so you have to stay in the sewers and constantly move until the police give up. So basically, the tunnels is your home, and you have a bonus in invisibility with the Nosferatu because you don't want people to see you. Toreadors, they can blend into human society the best because they have the highest humanity, and in their waking life they were usually actors or performers, people that are very charismatic, and they still are. The Tremere were witches in their waking life, and they're pretty unique compared to the other clans because they used magic to turn into vampires. They were not embraced like the others. The Ventrue are the royalty of the vampire clans. They have this ability called Dominate, where they can pretty much make that person just do whatever they want. And here are your history, different kinds of histories. But we are playing as a Malkav in this one. For my history, I want to be subtly insane, where my insanity is not that noticeable. You think I'm sane? No, I'm not. Okay, I'm having way too much fun twirling her. On to the name! Cleopatra is the name of my last character that I made. And I made her a Nosferatu, and I found the Nosferatu to be the hardest so far out of all the clans that I've played. Just because you're pretty much stuck to being underground and being invisible, and if you didn't put that much point into stealth, it's a pain in the ass. It's a pain in the ass. So let's name our crazy character Vivica. Onto the character sheet. Okay, let's add a point in the charisma because we want to persuade people, in the appearance because I want to be hot. Oh, damn it. Fine. Fine, I'll just be hot. Okay, let's put a point in wits and the perception. Talent with dodge, firearms. So I'm not very good at playing melee characters in general. So firearms would be a good investment, I feel. It's also good to add a point in your security because lockpicking is pretty good if you want to avoid fights or just get skill points. Computer. Scholarship. Okay, let's put another point in hacking. Hacking's pretty good. Research persuasion feats. Oh. I'm gonna regret it for a little bit, I feel. Oh well. Okay, let's make people crazy. And let's begin! And here comes the super long cutscene. Yep.
I want to show you something.
Yep, I bet. And we're screaming. So there's red veins, clothes, condoms. This night has really been eventful, huh? Ooh, and right there, the wound on her neck disappeared. That's really cool. I did not notice that before when I was playing it. I apologize ahead of time for the graphic hitches. I guess it's just the game itself. I thought that lowering the resolution in-game would have helped it, but if it's still hitching, I apologize. Maybe it really is just the game itself.
Business or interfering with prior engagements you may have had this evening. It's unfortunate that the affair that gathers us together tonight is a troubling one. We are here because the laws that bind our society, the laws that are the fabric of our existence, have been broken. As Prince, I am within my rights to grant or deny the kindred of this city the privilege of siring. Many of you have come to me seeking permission, and I had endorsed some of these requests. However, the accused that sits before you tonight was not refused permission. Indeed, my permission was never sought at all. They were caught shortly after the embrace of this child. It pains me to announce the sentence, as up to tonight I considered the accused a loyal and upstanding member of our organization. But as some of you may know, the penalty for this transgression is death. Know that I am no more adjudicator than I am a servant to the law that governs us all. Let tonight's proceedings serve as a reminder to our community that we must adhere to the code that binds our society, lest we endanger all of our blood. Forgive me.
just like,
Let the penalty
shut up.
commence.
That's a big ass sword. Well. Well then.
Which leads to the fate of the ill-begotten progeny. Without a sire, most children are doomed to walk the earth never knowing their place, their responsibility, and most importantly, the laws they must obey. Therefore, I have decided that this is bullshit!
Aww. So sweet he stand up for me. Oh, his face. Oh, man.
If Mr. Rodriguez would let me finish, I have decided to let this kindred live. They shall be instructed in the ways of our kind and be granted the same rights.
Better.
Let no one say I am unsympathetic to the plights and causes of this community. I thank you all for attending these proceedings, and I hope their significance is not lost. Good evening.
Excuse me guys, sorry for yawning.
Your sire, tragic, my apologies. But you see, there is a strict code of conduct that all of us must adhere to if we wish to survive. When someone, anyone, breaks these laws, they undermine the well-worn fabric of our centuries-old society. Understand my predicament. Allowing you to live makes me directly responsible for your subsequent behavior. So, what I'm offering is not generosity, but the opportunity to transcend the fate woven by your sire. This is your trial. You will be brought to Santa Monica. There you will meet an agent by the name of Mercurio. He will provide the details of your labor. I've shown you great clemency. Prove it was more than a wasted gesture, fledgling. Don't come back until you do. Good evening.
Okay. So, some things I noticed during the cutscene, those veins in the neck, I didn't notice that before with the original game. I'm playing with the Steam version of the game, but it looks really good. All of the graphic things that I want fixed with the original has already been input into the Steam version. So as I noticed, like their eyes and the hair textures are a little bit better. There were some graphical hitches, like with the roof, when the screen changed from the main character waking up, and the camera went behind the sire's head. I forgot what it's called. I forgot what that shot was called. But I noticed that the roof had some graphical hitches. Like the ceiling wasn't quite loading how it should, or maybe the haven was just roofless. That's really weird. Like if you're a vampire, you would have a roofless haven, but I'm pretty sure it's a graphical hitch. Also, there's a lot of random female clothes on the floor, but when we wake up, we're fully clothed. Did we have somebody else in there? Did we have a threesome before knocking out, or what? Like, what happened, you know? Obviously, there were a lot of condoms, so we know what they were doing. We know what they was doing. What else? What else? Oh, the walking. The walking. The weird walk. It's very very unique. Very unique, the walking in this game. So I see they still haven't fixed that, but I think it's just because, you know, it was an old game. Like it's an old game. I get it. You can't do everything. You can't please everybody. But the only issue I had with it was it's a little awkward. Like, was the rigging a little too off, or I don't know. Was the bones just not set properly? But it's okay. Like it works okay throughout the entire game. it just lags sometimes when you do fight scenes and stuff. But I think this is a good place to end the video. I will be playing the rest of the game in part 2, so stay tuned. Please hit the like or subscribe buttons, or both. It really does help the channel. If you want to see the rest of my playthrough, I will leave a link in the description below to my personal YouTube channel, and you can watch the rest of the Let's Plays there. Thank you very much for watching, and have a nice day. Bye!